right, we're in business.
All right, we will let some folks join in here. I keep my post keeps on my personal page keeps like going to only me. Weird.
I don't know.
It hates me. I don't know.
Yep, sounds like it.
All right, guys, we've got a tornado warning storm now for what is that? Is that Howard County, Brett?
Let's see. Up by Tipton, yeah.
Okay, we'll get right into this. This tornado warning storm here for southeastern Howard County and northern Tipton County is going to go until 6:30, and you can kind of see really exactly where that tornado warned storm is for, just west here of Jackson. Well, I'm glad. I really am glad that we told our friends at Kokomo to not go tonight. Kokomo High School, just south of you. A tornado warning. Luckily, it's going to miss you, but would certainly have been a problem. So again, this storm capable of producing hail up to 1.25 inches, and a tornado warning that is going to go for the next 42 minutes. In fact, the verbiage in the damage threat is considerable for the severe thunderstorm warning, with 1.75 inch hail, golf ball size hail. And then the tornado warning there just to the south. So let's zoom in a little bit. For Jackson, Indiana. I mean, if you're in Jackson right now, you need to be in shelter, just along and west of State Road 19, east of
Michael,
31.
Real quick, sorry to interrupt you.
Yeah, go ahead.
If you pull up the correlation coefficient, Matt just sent
Yep.
in Slack, it does look like there could potentially be some debris
Okay.
associated with this. And I do see, I think I saw a comment somewhere. Somebody posted they saw a tornado rain wrapped. I don't know if that's for that one specifically, but I did see at least some indications there that there could be something on the ground. It's not impossible.
Yeah. So if anything, it's looking like there could be some debris, at least some debris indications there over Jackson. Interesting, nonetheless, guys. It's certainly if you're in or around Jackson, for sure you want to be in shelter right now along State Road 19, just along and south of Jackson. Brett, talk a little bit about what this signal here is, this correlation coefficient.
Yeah, so the correlation coefficient is basically taking the radar beam, and what it's doing is reflecting back the different particles that it's hitting. And so if you see the reds, that basically is a one correlation, which means it's probably seeing raindrops. Everything is the same size and shape. Once you get into those lower colors or a lower correlation, it means that the radar is hitting things that are different shapes and sizes. And so lower values are going to ultimately be likely debris. Sometimes it can be large hail. So it's seeing large hail and smaller raindrops at the same time. The lower it gets, the more likely you're dealing with a situation where it's debris. Debris is going to create the lowest of values that you're going to see. Hailstones are still roughly the same shape, not perfectly, but somewhat the same shape as raindrops. And so when you start getting debris that's all different shapes and sizes, that correlation will plummet, and it can be an indicator for us that there is debris being lofted into the storm. And so we are seeing a little bit of that right now out of this storm that is just north of Tipton, Indiana.
Very good. Shoot, you know what I just noticed, Brett, on the title? We may need to edit the post with the title. It's got some of the stuff from yesterday in the title there. You may want to, can you go into the Facebook page and just edit? You see what I'm talking about? I think it's from the description of what the post.
Oh, yeah, I see. Okay.
So,
yeah, I'll edit it.
Thank you. Yeah. So looks like that latest scan there, Windfall City 602. I'm going to go here and just kind of zoom in on this and give you an idea. That latest scan still indicating the hook being present, rotation certainly being there. You can see where that's that hook is there, and you can see where it would be spinning. That's where the correlation coefficient scan was also indicating there could be rotation. Possibly confirmed tornado in Tipton County spotted by law enforcement, according to Ryan Silvers. But toss that there up on the comments. If you've got friends in Tipton County near Windfall, State Road 19 to State Road 213, you can see here it is heading towards Windfall. Make sure these folks there, if you are out in the path of this, you are in shelter just south of Nevada, southeast of Sharpsville. Again, in between 19 and State Road 213, indications are, reports are that there's a confirmed tornado. I haven't seen anything official yet, but that is what I just saw here from Ryan Silvers there. Let's see,
Yeah.
Brett, if you can find anything on that.
Yep, I'm rolling through Twitter, seeing if I can find anything.
So this particular storm, you can set it down. This particular storm here again looks still looking really impressive. Thank you, babe. On rotation, again, just right over 19 now, east of Jackson. That's a tight look. There's the new scan. That's even tighter, Brett. I would say that if there's reports or rumors of tornado, it's probably accurate with this look here, at least on this current scan. Let me see here. I will turn back on the correlation coefficient and see how that's looking there.
Wow.
Yep. I would certainly say that there's probably a tornado there.
Yeah, I would agree based off of that. It's almost a little east.
What's that?
Said it's almost. I think maybe the radar is just lagged a touch. I was like, it's almost a little east of where the little ball is, the little hook is there. But
yeah, I agree. I wish I could stop clicking on those warnings. I'm going to have to turn that setting off. That's a little frustrating. Guys, Windfall, State Road 213, in shelter now. I mean, that latest scan looks as if there could be debris, a tornado on the ground, perhaps. Looking to see if there is any confirmed reports. See if we've gone. Haven't seen any transition to a tornado reported or anything like that yet. So we'll continue to watch that. But Windfall there, that correlation, that coefficient scan is certainly concerning. Especially, I mean, really, that's a pretty pronounced signature there.
pretty pronounced signature and a tightening rotation. So again, I'm not seeing any reports yet. But I'm looking through Twitter. I'm going to go over to Facebook now and see if I can find anything.
Okay. Yeah, that latest scan continues to indicate there could be some debris. There's the hook. This is where your RFD, your rear flank downdraft, will be coming through. You're probably seeing some hail north of this, north of Windfall, just south of Guy or southwest of West Liberty, south of Hemlock. You're probably seeing some large hail. And then the less here is definitely a concerning signal there on radar right now. We'll go to the
new tornado watch too, just to mention real quick.
Okay, new tornado watch east there.
Yep.
Okay, pull that up here in just a second. I want to continue to kind of hone in on this rotation here. Just again, Windfall. You know, if you're south and in and around Windfall. That's an impressive signature there for rotation. You know, just want to make sure you are in shelter with that for sure. Yeah, that's tight gate to gate shear. An impressive signal there. And right now, I guess just kind of waiting to see if we're going to confirm a tornado. If anyone has a visual, I don't know. Let me see if there's any way I can look at. I don't know. Let's see if anything's on. No.
By the way, I do want to mention, just because I know on Twitter and YouTube we do have some followers kind of all over the place. The tornado in southern Michigan near Kalamazoo looks like it could be a potentially violent tornado up there.
Ooh, there we go. Yeah, I
Um,
agree.
it's one of the worst correlation coefficient signals I've seen. It's looks like there could be a really strong tornado.
Well, it says tornado observed. This is a particularly dangerous situation. Take cover now with a considerable damage threat and 2-inch hail.
I'm gonna throw that on our social media profiles just for people to see outside of Indiana too, because that's a relatively southeast of Kalamazoo, a relatively populated area.
Yep. Lenatus, if I'm saying that correctly, Michigan, just north of Madison. And that is going to be just along State Road 60. Yeah, that's a nasty signature there. Tornado emergency. Take cover now. A particularly dangerous situation. An observed tornado moving that way. 2-inch hail and a considerable threat for damage. So that is not verbiage you would want to see with a storm heading your direction. So just northwest of Coldwater, Michigan there, make sure you are in shelter. Northwestern Coldwater, just northwest there and west of 69, along and south of State Road 60. All right. Closer back to home, we'll go back into this tornado warning storm here in Tipton County. Latest scan a little bit less intimidating on the correlation coefficient. Go into the still rotating for sure. Okay. This tornado warning again is going to be for radar indicated in effect till 6:30 for southeastern Howard County and northeastern Tipton County, and that's going to go again until. Gosh, it looks like where's my expired time here? Another 31 minutes. My apologies there until 6:30. That storm is going to continue a tornado warning there. So northeastern Tipton County, you need to be in your safe place. Windfall, just south of Windfall, just north and west of Curtisville. You can see where that rotation is tight, where that storm is certainly looks like there could be a tornado. If anything, too, guys, with this on the north side of this, it's important to note that there probably is some large hail on the northwest side of Windfall, potentially 1-inch hail at least. And we would call that on the in the technical world, we would call this the forward flanking downdraft of the storm. That's that part of the supercell. This side on the backside is the RFD, the rear flank downdraft. And this is your inflow notch where your rotation would be in that particular situation. You can see that is now just east of Windfall there as well. So, all right. So we see.
Probably want to keep an eye on, Michael, the cell in Hamilton County. I'm also noticing a little bit of a hook trying to develop on the cell that is just to the north of Ellettsville, southwest of Martinsville.
Yep.
So starting to see these storms hook a little bit. I would still say that some of these, the way that they're almost as a sheared look in terms of some of the rain that's moving out ahead. Something new.
Looks like a new severe warning. That's a new tornado warning there in northern Indiana and southeastern Michigan. I'll run up here and check that one out on radar. Yeah, new storm. Let's see if I can get into the North Webster radar. There we go. Yeah, that storm rotating nasty there. getting in far northern Indiana, Coldwater, Michigan, and just west of Jonesville, Hillsdale. Nasty rotation signature there as well showing up. That's going to come just southeast of 12, State Road 12, and west of I-69. Gillard, Michigan, Bethel, just west of Kinderhook. That is a radar indicated tornado warning for the next 43 minutes. Let's go back home. We've got a couple of storms we need to watch here. One being in Hamilton County. We'll start with that one. Western Hamilton County, just west of Noblesville, northwest of Eagletown, south of Sheridan here. Some broad rotation, a little hook developing. No warning, nothing yet to, but it could be something as this storm moves closer towards Noblesville, Cicero area that could potentially start to rotate. We'll want to watch that very closely. This storm here we're going to continue to watch is southwest of Paragon and Martinsville. I'm going to put a loop on this so you can kind of see the direction that this storm is trying to take. Okay. So it's kind of trying to move. It's like an east-northeast movement, Brett.
Yeah, east-northeast. Again, starting to see a little bit of rotation on it.
Yep.
Just looking at the velocity, it's still not strong by any means. It's broad rotation, but it is there.
Yep. No, for sure. Something to watch. If you're just out in the path of it, southeastern Morgan County, southwestern Johnson County, keep an eye out. And it also is worth noting this storm here too in Sullivan County, northern Sullivan, Indiana, there along 41, starting to get some lightning, maybe become surface based with that storm as well.
So these may be starting to get their act together a little bit.
Yep.
It seems like they're beginning to consolidate. I'm seeing less of the messy convection and storms beginning to organize a little bit more. So again, that doesn't necessarily mean that they're all going to go tornado warned or anything like that. But I think that maybe the threat is beginning to increase as we limit some of that convection. In fact, if you zoom out and put the radar loop on, you can kind of see how the smaller cells begin to fizzle a little bit.
Yeah, let me expand the frames here. You can see what we're talking about.
So see how there's all these little what I would call crappy showers. They're starting to fizzle a little bit, which is going to provide more opportunity for these bigger cells to tap into the environment.
Yep, it's a great observation, great point. Guys, if you're just tuning in, a lot of you watching, share this with a friend, tag a friend, let folks know who are watching that this is what we are starting to see some organization, at least trying to. A couple of warnings starting to expand. The severe thunderstorm warnings are expanding here across northern Indiana. A new severe thunderstorm warning for Marion and Gas City, Fairmont, Indiana, for 1-inch hail. 60-mile-per-hour winds will go for the next 24 minutes. That's going to be for Grant County in central Indiana. Again, that's going to go until 6:30. That storm that was tornado warned or still is tornado warned should be expiring anytime if it doesn't continue east. Let's look here real quick. Get a take here on. Radar Omega likes to give me a little bit of trouble, Brett.
It's not been your friend today.
No, we're gonna have to reboot here real quick. Let's go back to this. Apologize, guys. Go to both here. There we go. I mean, it's still, that storm still doesn't look like anything to ignore. For sure. It's still an impressive storm here. Pull that up.
Yeah, I'm kind of surprised they haven't, at the very least, extended the warning. The rotation's a little broad, but it's certainly there. There's certainly a hook.
I would be shocked to see it do this, Brett.
I think that if you're in Fairmont, if you're in Summitville, maybe even Gas City, I'm trying to see what that city is. Point Isabel. I think if I were you, I would take shelter just out of an abundance of caution because of the rotation that's moving in your direction.
Yep. Yep. We'll zoom that back out. I know earlier we did talk about the expansion, and I will touch on that just real quickly. There was an expansion of the Tornado Watch. I do have that up on the other screen here. I'll show you that. It does include just basically all of Indiana, except for the southern, third. We'll go over here and show it to you on Clarity. There's the Tornado Watch. Basically everywhere except for the bottom 2 county rows of the state, Cincinnati, Northern Kentucky, the western half of Ohio, including Columbus, Springfield, Dayton, Hamilton. That tornado watch, if you will, is going to go here for the next about 7 hours. So let's check real quick. I will check the latest WARN on data and kind of give you an idea of what it's saying. The 21Z run is in. We'll look at the rotation. We'll share this tab here. And again, this model indicating, that cell, Brett, it's so interesting because the WARN on is saying that cell in southern Morgan County is going to get going. If not, it's just west of that. But you can see right here, it's really aggressive. With turning that into a long track supercell.
And there's definitely, again, there's some broad rotation on it. If you look, I guess at this point, just southwest of Martinsville on I-69, it's not the most impressive looking cell right now, but it's certainly something I think we need to watch.
Yeah, for sure. It's interesting to see that model. It's continued to do that for the last several hours. So it's trying to see something. It's no doubt about it. I tell you that latest scan, Brett's not. It's starting to. Let's hone in on this a little bit. This again here is southern Morgan County. That's northern Monroe County, northwestern Brown County is kind of what you're seeing here. If anything, there's just some indication of some broad rotation or just the cell trying to organize is perhaps what we might be seeing. A little bit of a hook here. Again, not warned, but as it moves northeast, it could. If it's sliding over southeastern Morgan County, it's going to include Morgantown or places along in southeast of 69, along 44. Over the next 20 minutes, you're going to want to watch this storm at least to see what it can do, and just see if any organization can take shape here. So it's not a storm I would just dismiss, I guess. We'll go up here towards Hamilton County. Again, it's trying. It's not warned. It wouldn't shock me if in the next 30 minutes it could organize. I don't know what you're thinking, Brett, but
they're Michael, it's been kind of the same type of deal. I feel like for the past hour and a half is that they are trying. They've just struggled to put it all together, so to speak. And I'm wondering if there's a couple of issues. One, I was looking earlier, there is a lot of upper level shear. And so I'm wondering if the low level shear is not quite enough and the upper level shear is just a little too much. These minor things make a huge difference. But I will say that with again, some of this activity maybe getting a little bit more organized, it should help over the next hour or two, but we'll see. I think all of these storms across central Indiana right now need to be watched carefully. I'm looking out towards Brazil too, and that one maybe even seems to be getting its act together a little bit too.
Brett, here's a picture from Tristan Jolbert here of a wall cloud off Henderson Ford Road. That is that cell that we're looking at. I'm going to send this to you in a text. Can you pull it up?
Yes.
And share. Here's a couple images. That would be this cell here that you're seeing just east of 69. So that's Henderson Ford Road. It would indicate some type of wall cloud trying to develop. Again, there's no defined rotation, but if you're in southeastern Morgan County, northwest of Morgantown, up through State Road 44, we are getting some pictures here. I just got another one of I'm now off the 144. It looks like it's lowered even more, Brett. This is interesting because it's not super impressive on radar, but this photo is ominous. It's low, and it certainly looks to be a wall cloud. I'm wondering if we need to maybe tweet the NWS Indy, let them know. But that is certainly a lowering of a looks to be a wall cloud.
And so this is right at Bargersville, right?
No,
that exit, or no?
No, this is in off 69 in wait, I'm sorry. Yeah, it is.
I was going to say I saw the little sign that you just sent. Something new.
Let's see. It's up there in Michigan again, a tornado emergency. I will jump to cover that real quick because it's not every day you see that. I'm going to go up here into this. Here is a tornado emergency, a particularly dangerous situation with a catastrophic damage threat, 2-inch hail. This is certainly concerning. If you're in the path of this, near just west of Girard, Michigan, if I'm saying that right, northwest of Coldwater, this is for a tornado warning in effect until 6:30 for Northern Branch County. The tornado emergency is for Union City, Michigan. So certainly a large, strong tornado on the ground, considerable damage threat being talked about here with huge rotation. South of Burlington, just southwest of, if I'm saying that right, Kenosha. I don't know if I'm saying that right. But again, that is northern. Let's go here again. Tornado emergency for Northern Branch County in Michigan for the next 16 minutes. Were you going to say something, Brett?
Yeah, I'm wondering if that picture is of the storm that was looking out either towards Mooresville or Martinsville. Somewhere along I-69, but I'm assuming it's looking west. So one of those storms there. I'm not 100% sure, but I do see some broad rotation on both of those cells.
Okay. I just asked them for some clarification there.
Yeah, I'm wondering. I see the sign there on the exit. I'm wondering if I think you actually texted me.
Yep, I did.
Live streaming. But my theory is that's one of those cells that's kind of along and west of 69, but I'm not 100% sure.
Okay, I asked him. Right off Bargersville exit, looking what way?
I almost feel like it's got to be the Mooresville one. But it's hard to see because it's almost right under the radar what the rotation, if
looking
there is
northwest.
Yeah, so it must be the Mooresville cell.
Yeah,
if you look, there is a hook on that. If you look at TIDS.
Yep. So I just pulled up.
There is a hook on that.
Yep. So that's the picture. Let me pull that up real quick.
I was going to say, if you want, I can share my screen real quick because you've got it. Never mind. You're ahead of me.
I don't know about that, but yeah, so he's looking at this storm right here and he's got a lowering there. Looks like it'll be rain wrapped. Pull that picture up again, Brett. Did I send you the latest picture?
Yeah, I think so. Let me
Yeah, pull that photo up. Looks like he just sent another photo. Here's another photo. This will be the latest one. So we're getting these from a buddy of mine named Tristan. I think he's watching the stream. This is northeastern Morgan County, just north and east of Mooresville, and looking northwest out of Bargersville. Brett, if you want to share it, go ahead. There we go. So that's what that's looking like right now. And that with that particular storm cell, that's a lowering. It's a wall cloud. I'm a little surprised. No warning just yet. Being that storm's over the radar dome, especially you would think maybe they would issue that just for just to be safe. Tough to know exactly. Maybe it's outflow dominant. So
Look at that 4-panel.
Oh, wow. Look at that. Okay. Yeah. So that's the storm we're looking at there. Let's see. Banter Road. Looking northwest. I'm starting to get a lot of messages now. So I'm just trying to. It looks like the Brian just sent me a message too. You can see a wall cloud here. I'll send you that picture, Brett. That's from Brian from Kilgore's house, looking northwest. That storm cell in southwest St. Marion is certainly hooking on TIDS.
There needs to be some kind of a warning on it.
Yeah, I mean, it's trying to lower here for sure.
They should get a good view at the office.
Tristan is saying there's a massive inflow with that storm. So that would be moving along in far northern Greenwood, Southport, along and south of the 465 corridor there. You could see if there's going to be a warning, it would be southern Marion County, perhaps far northwestern Johnson County. With some of the reports here that we're getting, the photos definitely show a wall cloud lowering. We don't see any lowering anymore, is what Brian's saying in that particular cell. Okay. We'll pull it back out, and we're going to watch southern Marion County for sure. It looks like we have a new tornado warning, Brett.
Let's see what we got. Yeah, I see it near south of Marion, Gas City. Here, I'll turn off this image.
Okay.
Whoa.
Yep, Eric, I saw your message. Thank you. That's why I saw that one. Appreciate the attention there. Solid hook echo forming west of Greenwood. Yeah, I agree. There is. Want to keep an eye on that storm. Let's go to this storm here in particular. A tornado warning there. It's going to be for Fairmont. If you are in Fairmont, Indiana, that's going to be a tornado warning that's going to go for the next 25 minutes. It is radar indicated. That is going to be for southern Grant County and central Indiana. That's going to go again until 6:45. This is potential 1-inch hail and a potential tornado here. So you'll go to the scan here for looking at rotation. You can see where that rotation would be. Again, just west of Fairmont and southeast of Hackelman, or along and south of State Road 26. This storm here is going to be moving really about straight east like this and potentially put a tornado down. Now, I am getting another message from our guy who was seeing this storm. If there's going to be a tornado, it will be rain wrapped. Yeah, I would agree with that. So nothing new there.
Also getting several Facebook messages sent to us of wall clouds right now that with this storm that moved through Mooresville.
Okay. These are the types of comments. Jeffrey Barnes, what a big bust. I mean, Jeffrey, come on. We got people that have tornado warnings right now. If you don't like, if you're not getting a tornado at your house and you consider it a bust, and go watch something else somewhere else.
We also have about 4 hours to go on this, by the way.
Yeah, I mean, come on. Take your comments somewhere else. There's too many people here watching that need useful information. So let's pull this back out. We're going to watch here. This is a great photo. I got a couple of photos to send you, Brett, that we can show. Brian just sent me one, and then Tristan is still having one here looking at this same storm. So this is the one looking off of 69 into Bargersville. It's a neat photo. It's sloppy, but nonetheless, it's there. Let's see.
Yeah, you can kind of see that's a pretty good look at the storm structure there.
Yeah, it is. It is a nice look. Let's see here.
I'll pull it up.
That's an awesome shot. I just gotta, let's see. Okay. All right, let's go back. So I will tell you guys, as Brett mentioned, we've got some time to go here, but these cells, Brett. Oh, there we go. That's a nice
Yeah,
photo.
talk about Michael. You probably can explain this better than anyone. What are you seeing there?
Yeah, I'm trying to. Some of the images are sorry about that. Some of the images. There we go. So you're looking up into the storm here. You can see the clearing off to the west. There's a lot of scud here. You can see the rain shaft to the east, where the forward flank downdraft would be, where the heavier rain cell part of that would be. In my opinion, there's nothing rotating here. It's a lowering scud, if you will. Um, it still has the potential to certainly rotate and something happen here. No doubt about it. But this is just an ominous look. And in my opinion, the look of this cloud overall shows me that it's outflow dominant because of how the dark cloud is surrounding the lighter cloud and kind of forcing probably colder air out of that storm. So in my opinion, I would say that right now that it is not an inflow dominant storm in my opinion. And by looking at radar, it would certainly indicate that in my opinion right now. So the reds are the winds going away from the radar dome. The greens are the winds coming towards it. So as of right now, it's certainly an ominous looking storm. So far, good work by the Weather Service of not issuing the warning. We haven't seen anything yet. I mean, it's certainly a concerning look, but nothing to be too concerned with just yet. I will say that storm in southern Morgan County is still, it's messing around a little bit. It's nothing to be warned with just yet. These storms out in western Indiana, they are trying to at least do something. These are not storms that I would sleep on or ignore. There's no warnings yet with them, but not anything I would ignore just yet either.
I'm gonna see too if I can find any pictures of that tornado that's up in Michigan.
Yeah, while you're doing that, real quick, I'll do a little quick tour. Hamilton County, still just a sloppy storm, not warned yet. No significant organized rotation going on. Thankfully, as it moves through Hamilton County, nothing has happened with that one just yet. We'll check back in on the tornado warning up here in Indiana or in southern Grant County. It's going to go until 6:45 for 1-inch hail. A little bit more broad, less organized rotation. And thankfully, not as organized on the latest scan. But if you're in Fairmont or northwest of Matthews or south of Gas City, continue to just at least stay in a safe place. There's probably some big hail falling in that storm just southwest of Gas City. So, and Brian did confirm it's a lot of scud and a lot of a big updraft going on. This is another cool picture. Brett, I'll send you one more of the storm, and then we'll move on from this one. But looks like you got damage photos coming out of Michigan there.
Yeah, that's Portage, Michigan. That's a great picture, Michael.
Yeah.
I'm going to show the damage one in Michigan first.
This is another great photo. A friend of mine, Scott Kelly, sent me.
So this is Portage, Michigan. Damage from that tornado emergency, that tornado that was verified on the ground. So certainly some big time damage reports coming out of southern Michigan there. So that storm latched on and has just still been going. It's still going on. Probably still a tornado on the ground up there.
Yeah. Well, I'll tell you what a great call too. One of our meteorologists, John Kemper, he picked up on that northern extent of this tornado threat, and it is certainly panning out. I mean, southern Michigan is getting pounded right now. And the interesting part about it, Brett, is all of this area is outside of the 10% enhanced significant tornado threat the SPC put out. It's north of that forecast right now.
Yep, it is. And again, this is the area. It's right in the area that we highlighted here. There. So remains to be seen whether the area along I-70 verifies. Certainly have had some tornado warnings.
Yep.
But this area in southern Michigan is certainly verifying right now.
Yep, absolutely. Not what you want to see, but it is what it is. What it is right now. There's several tornado warnings and really an ominous look up there for those folks. So, guys, if you're tuning in, share with a friend, follow us if you haven't followed us, or if you're new to watching us, make sure you're following the page here. I'm going to go and look around here. Looks like we have a new severe thunderstorm warning I'll touch on, Brett.
See it
for southern Vigo County, and I believe this is southern Vigo, central Clay, and west central Owen County. That's going to go until 7 p.m. Brett, I think this storm's going to be one to watch.
I definitely think so.
Yeah.
And I think the one south of Greencastle needs to be watched.
Yeah.
And also the one north of Morgantown is starting to intensify, just looking at the last couple of scans.
Okay. Yeah. So we're kind of getting into that window now where the jet's probably kicking in a little bit. I think that we need to watch these storms closely. In fact, I wouldn't be shocked to see these go tornado warned almost. There might be two areas to watch here, Brett.
Yep. Lewis, and Prairie Creek.
Yep. These are concerning. These may start to get going, and this may have been what the warn on was trying to indicate, that one of these stronger storms were going to, latch on to a boundary here and get to work. And there's really four areas, four storm cells, if you will, Brett, to watch: southern Morgan County, southern Putnam, over here just southwest of Brazil, and Terre Haute. There's 4 spots there. That one getting into Johnson County may need some attention. Let's go over here.
Yeah, I'm keeping an eye on it because there is broad rotation on it. Again, it's similar to what we've dealt with a lot of these storms so far, where there is rotation, but it's not tight rotation just yet.
Yeah.
But this storm is certainly beginning to intensify, and some pretty decent reflectivity too. I wouldn't be shocked if there's some hail with this.
Someone just said hail in Morgantown. Looks like Morgantown has hail. So good call there. We'll look at what that looks like. I'm sure you can probably see it. There it is. So along State Road 252, getting into and just north and west of Morgantown, you're probably getting some hail with that storm for sure. Still no organized. I'm surprised really there's no severe warning here. May go severe warning soon.
According to our radar clarity, that storm near Morgantown, close to 1 inch diameter hail. So it's close, borderline severe warned.
Okay.
Couple of these other ones have half an inch. So, I'm a little surprised, I would say, that some of these aren't as producing as big a hail, given some of the indications we saw earlier.
Yep, I agree.
So it have been some hail, but
yeah, I'm going to go back over here real quick to the this warn on.
Just so you're aware, Michael, the tornado warning in northeast Indiana near Fremont is now a confirmed tornado.
Northeast Indiana near Fremont. Let me head over there.
North of Angola.
Yeah, there it is right there. Okay, we'll go over here now. Northeast of Angola there, east of Jamestown, Algonacy, Michigan. Observed tornado with considerable damage being possible here. Again, that's going to be for northeastern Steuben, southeastern Branch, and southwestern Hillside counties. Those are in Michigan. Steuben is Indiana. That's going to go until, looks like, expires in 30 minutes. Interesting verbiage here from that warning, Brett. A confirmed large and extremely dangerous tornado was located over Fremont, or 8 miles northeast of Angola, moving northeast at 30 miles per hour. Emergency management reports a tornado is on the ground right now. This is a particularly dangerous situation. Please seek shelter. So you can see, guys, don't want to mess around with that one. East of Fremont, just north and west here, State Road 20. moving in 120. I'm sorry, moving in now out of Indiana and into Southwest Michigan, just south and west of Hillsdale.
And we've got a severe warning now for the storm in Morgantown. That's going to include Franklin. It's going to include, let's see here, Morgantown, Nineveh, Bargersville. Actually, just south of Bargersville.
Yep. Yeah, that storm's hooking. That storm is probably going to become. I think this storm will probably become tornado warned before long.
It is heading right towards me, Michael.
Yep, it is heading right towards you, Brett. So if it gets any closer, you can hop off and seek some shelter. So Eastern Morgan, southern half of Johnson County, severe thunderstorm warning. That storm is going to be for 1.5-inch hail potentially and 60-mile-per-hour winds. That hook developing on this particular storm is one I'm concerned about as it continues to probably do one of these numbers and go along and just south here of Franklin along and just south of State Road 44. It would not shock me to see this storm go tornado warned for southern Johnson County in between Nineveh and Franklin. You ahead of this storm, we're going to have to see what the rotation does here. You've got the severe thunderstorm warning for the next 40 minutes, but that hook developing, that storm rapidly organized here over the last really 10, 15 minutes.
For sure. And I'm looking at TIDS again, and it's still kind of building in. Again, not a tight rotation or anything like that. I think there could be some winds with this too. Just kind of looking at some of the velocity imagery.
New tornado warning. Yep. New tornado warning here just into southeastern Marion into Hartford City. Let's get a view on that one. Radar indicated tornado expires in 26 minutes. That's going to be for southeastern Grant County in central Indiana and Blackford County in east central Indiana. So here's southeastern Grant. Here's Blackford. That's going to go for the next 26 minutes. Right now, it looks like the part to be really concerned about is going to be around State Road 26 here, north of Matthews, just south of Upland, probably working right in or just south of Hartford City and west of Trenton, Indiana. That's the area here to watch. Tornado warning for the next 26 minutes here for Hartford City. If you are in and around Hartford City, especially to the west and southwest, you need to take shelter. You have a tornado warning for the next 25 minutes. I'm going to go back to this storm, Brett. I tell you what, I'm growing increasingly concerned with that look. The rotation's weird. The velocity is weird.
It is weird.
It's pronounced, but I would be very interested to know if anybody has any photos or.
That is Franklin, northern portion of Franklin there that Ian Elliott sent me just a minute ago. You can see some mamatus in there. Typical strong storms.
Yep. Confirmed large tornado near Jamestown. Is that where did that come from, Brittany? Jamestown, Indiana?
Is that going to be? Let's see, I'm not 100% sure.
I'm not sure where Jamestown we're talking about. I'm not.
Let's see. I'm looking up in Michigan too. Help.
Send help.
Please send help. Okay. We're getting a bunch of messages on Facebook too. Now there's somebody else sending me a picture of wall cloud. Where's this at?
Let's see. Another here. I just got another view. It looks like I've got a friend here. Let me send you this one, Brett. This is this storm, I think, in southern Johnson County. This is from a drone. So this is from Scott Kelly. I'm going to send you this. No lowering yet. You can see where it might want to, but there isn't a lowering, which is good. If you can pull that one up. Severe thunderstorm warning in Bargersville. Yeah.
Boone County is Jamestown.
Boone County. I don't understand where that would. I'm not seeing that right now. Well, we'll come back to that. Anyways.
Yeah, I was gonna say that's northwest of Indy. That's not. Yeah, we'll I'm gonna guess that's an erroneous report.
Okay. Guy that was sending us photos earlier is headed to Franklin, so if he sees anything, he'll be sure to probably let us know.
Yeah, let me know.
Yep. Certainly a hook there. Brett, do you have that photo? Did I?
Yeah, I'm pulling it up.
I see it there now. Okay. So that's from Scott Kelly, a friend of mine, who is looking at that storm with a drone. Again, no lowering, but southern Johnson County, and especially in and around the south side of Franklin, Trafalgar area, Nineveh. Just kind of be ready. And again, the storm is at least organized. It's trying, but
seeing a picture in here, and it does look like a wall cloud. I'm gonna bring this in. This is from Casey Chittum.
Okay.
This is in Johnson County, Trafalgar. Let's see if I can. Let's see if it'll let me actually download it. Callahan's like, Callahan's getting in our closet, so
I don't blame her.
You know. By the way, Callahan does teach meteorology, so she knows a thing or two.
Nice. We may need her help here soon. Hey, let's look at that storm real quick while you're pulling that up, Brett. And let me go back to radar there in just northwest of Anderson, west there of Hamilton, a little hook developing. It's not warned, not yet. But nonetheless, an interesting look there just west of Anderson, north of State Road 32, kind of south of Frankton. Again, right just northwest of Hamilton. Wouldn't be shocked to see that go tornado warn soon. We'll watch it. Again, if you are in Hartford City, that storm it's still looking impressive. Shamrock Lakes or Hartford City, along and south of State Road 26 or west of State Road 3. Make sure you continue to remain in shelter. That tornado warning is going for another 21 minutes there. I believe that is Blackford County is what we said. No, that's incorrect. Yes, I'm sorry. Southeastern Grant, and then that's Blackford County where that's going to go until 7 o'clock. So continue to stay in your safe place there. What do we have here, Brett? You had another image, it looks like.
Yeah. So this is in Johnson County near Trafalgar. So a little wall cloud, it looks like.
Yeah. I mean, if that's the storm, yeah, I mean, I could certainly see that. That storm continues to get more and more organized, Brett. That is taking on an ominous hook. The rotation's not quite yet there, but I just would not be shocked to see this. Okay, that latest scan's coming around now. I think that southern Johnson County will go tornado warned within a few minutes. I don't see how we're going to avoid that at this point. Let me check the correlation coefficient here just to see if we have. Unless you see something that you disagree with here, I don't see.
No, I'm gonna guess there's some hail in that storm.
Yeah,
I know that the warning is for that too. Let me go over to clarity here.
Yeah. Yeah. We are on your screen, so we see yours right now. Okay.
Yep.
See what our hail detection is saying there.
Yeah. Up around an inch, probably. Let me turn off the warnings real quick.
Yeah, no 1 inch hail right there. Okay. All right. Yep. So you can see where the hail would certainly be occurring. Let's go back to the high res velocity scan. It's northwest of Trafalgar. We see another scan come in. Trafalgar getting into the south side of Franklin. You can see it along and south of State Road 44. Again, it's not enough for a warning yet. This is an interesting look here, the hooking signature on the radar on the returns. The rotation isn't enough yet for the warning, but it would not shock me for that storm to go tornado warned any time. Just in there in southern Johnson County. It's taken on a classic supercell thunderstorm look there, Brett. By
the way, I just wanted to confirm for a second. The Jamestown they were talking about is in Michigan.
Okay.
It's Jamestown, Michigan.
Yep.
I couldn't find it on the radar. I'm not as familiar with southern Michigan geography.
Yep.
So that's where the confusion came in. So in case anybody was wondering, Jamestown, Michigan confirmed tornado on the ground, not Jamestown, Indiana.
Okay. All right. Okay, let's get a quick update here. Continuing to see um, this storm here out in western Indiana, it kind of caught itself. There's a new warning. I'll catch on that one. These two have kind of started to ride each other. Now, we'll go over here in a new severe thunderstorm warning for northern Morgan County. In this particular instance, north of Martinsville, Mooresville, you are included. It's possible you might hear tornado sirens in this instance. I don't know Morgan County is still doing that or not. There is a tornado watch. There's no rotation yet right now. I'm not ruling out anything. This is a severe thunderstorm warning. This warning is for 1.5-inch hail or 60-mile-per-hour winds. That warning is going to go for the next 48 minutes for northern Morgan County in central Indiana and southeastern Putnam County for a time, just until 7:30. That storm's moving east at 45 miles per hour. I will time out the strongest part of the storm, which would be where the hail threat's going to be coming from, which is pretty much why this storm is warned. But you are looking at imminence at 6:46 here in just a couple minutes. 5 points at 7:09, Fox Hill at 7:12, and Banta here 7:13, or Waverly Woods at 7:12 as well. The strongest part of the storm should go south of the Mooresville metro area. But between Hall, Brooklyn, looking like northwest of Adams, just trying to look for some landmarks there. It's probably going to be a decent hailstorm run through there, Brett. What's clarity got on that one? On the estimation there.
Let me refresh. We're not getting any hail yet here in Franklin. I think maybe the core of it's just south of us. But let me pull up clarity.
All right. This storm in southern Johnson County is going to have to be tornado warned soon. I think that. Here's the latest velocity scan. Well, okay, man, that latest scan, it's going back and forth. It is like riding the line of really needing to be tornado warned or not. It's crazy. What's it estimating for hail in Johnson County? Is it still around 1 inch?
Yeah, it's a little under an inch, 0.9 on the latest scan.
Small size hail in Franklin. Okay. Yeah. Man, we are just teetering. It is this storm. You're probably seeing some very ominous clouds in Trafalgar around State Road 252. You're probably seeing a lot of lowering and scud clouds, and you're probably seeing the clouds moving, but it's not enough yet. Right along State Road 252 in Trafalgar, if you guys know where those big, tall, 3 big cell towers are out there, they're always blinking red. You're probably seeing some really low, weird clouds out there right now. And maybe even a wall cloud of some sort. If anybody's in and around that area, shoot us a photo. Let us know what you're seeing. Troy DeHart says, just saw them. Okay, I know Troy well. Thank you for that report there, Troy. Let us know, Troy. DM me or shoot me a text, man, if you see any weird, clouds that we can pop on here. We'd love to show them. Let's pull back out here. This storm here in southeastern Marion County, northwestern Shelby, southwestern Hancock County, which is just southwest of Greenfield there, south of 70 and kind of northeast of 74. It's probably scuddy. It's not severe warned. It probably looks ominous, but not a lot going on there. Trafalgar 3 minutes ago, Brett. I'm going to send you this.
Yeah, Michael, I would say that these storms are starting to get their act together. I'm seeing 3 or 4 areas of rotation right now. Not strong by any means, but I'm seeing multiple storms right now trying to rotate. They just seem, and tell me if you disagree, but they just seem to be getting a little organized right now.
No, I agree completely. I mean, there's no doubt. I mean, now we're just kind of riding this really fine line of if they're going to go warned or not. Here, I just got a great video. I'm going to pull this video up and send this to you. See if I can get this to send. I'm getting bombarded, right? My phone is blowing up right now.
We're getting a ton of messages on Facebook too. I'm trying to keep up the best that we can. I appreciate all of your reports, but
Yeah, no, huge appreciation there. See if that video is worth anything that I just got. It's not really. That video is not worth a whole lot there. I appreciate the videos. Don't hear me wrong on that. This is here. This was Trafalgar. I'll pull this up real quick, Brett, and show this one. Let's see if I can window. Oh,
was it this one or are you showing a different one?
you got it. There it is. That's the one. Thank you. Yep.
Yeah. So that looks like some kind of a wall cloud to me. The second one you sent, this to me is more of a scud type of deal. Look how it's jagged.
Yep.
I think that's a great representation of the differences here. Is the wall cloud is a lowering and it's more defined.
Yep.
While scud is going to be messy and jaggedy. It looks scary, but in reality, it's not threatening.
Yeah. Alyssa just sent me that, Brett. That latest photo is from Alyssa. That's in the Nineveh and Trafalgar area, which is another great representation of how ominous or frightening this storm might look. That might be a sloppy wall cloud.
Yeah.
But
that one's a little more defined. That one is a little more defined. Here's another example. So again, I think you can kind of see some scud here on the left side of this image.
Yep.
And then it's this more defined area that's lowering. It's almost slanted a little bit. It's not quite as messy. I think that could be a little bit of a wall cloud there.
Yep. Agreed. Let's look at the latest scans here. And it's just that storm's teetering, but hasn't done it. Thankfully, I mean, I'm going to be honest with you. I'm really shocked this storm hasn't gone tornado warned, but I'm glad that it hasn't. I don't think anyone wants the storm to go tornado warned.
Not particularly.
So I'm glad that it hasn't, but it's certainly taken on a look. I would not be shocked, though, as it continues. Again, Eastern Johnson into Shelby County. This thing puts a tornado warning down at any time. It would not shock me in the slightest. So let's get another view here.
Yeah, it's
this storm up here. I tell you what, Brett, if you need to take a quick break, go for it. I'm just gonna.
No, I'm good. I was just looking at the. I'm looking at the outside. It's starting to get windy. I'm not seeing any hail here yet. I do see that I need to clean my gutters out, but other than that, not too bad here yet. And I am just west of 65 in Franklin.
Can't post messages to same channel. I'm going to post a comment here, just so people know what we got. There's a lot of people watching right now. Make sure if you are tuning in to follow us if you haven't done that yet. I've got another image here from some friends coming in, seeing so many images. So great point here. Just got a message here that says 2 dangerous tornadoes going on right now in Michigan. Yeah, absolutely. We can go up there and look at those and kind of get an update on those tornadoes. If you look here you can just set it down, babe. If you look here in Marshall, looks like, what is this, Brett? Is this Albion, Michigan?
I am not the person you want for pronunciation.
Well, I am definitely not. So
Albion. Actually, yeah. I saw Callahan's cousin Michaela on here. She's from Michigan. Maybe she can help us out.
Oh, okay, good. Yeah.
Yeah, I saw her comment. So if you know how to pronounce that, you're not sharing your screen, by the way, Michael.
Oh, shoot. Look at me. I'm sorry, guys.
Yeah, if you know how to pronounce that, Albion, or I guess I should say, being from New Albany, Albion. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. Albion. There we go. Someone there. Everyone's telling us. You ask and you shall receive. I'm sure we'll get. Thank you. Appreciate that. Okay, so a couple tornado warnings still going on up there in Michigan. These have calmed down though, thankfully, and they're not as, those were pretty nasty for a minute. It looks like, Brett, that if you look at the radar loop on the left, they've possibly detached from the warm front or from the boundary there and have calmed down. So Let's see, a couple.
We must have a good amount of people watching from Michigan.
Yeah, here's a great image from a Christian Nicodemus here. Christian, thank you if you're watching. Brett, I'm going to send you this one real quick. And then if we don't get any new warning, this is from Atterbury in Johnson County, so south of you. If we don't get any new warnings, we'll probably take a pause here and take a break. But that is another image of that storm there in southern Johnson County. Again, low, ominous look, but thankfully not severe or tornadic producing right now. But you can see that just that look there, looking there in Atterbury. So Bargersville, that storm, the one in Johnson County is moving away from you, but the one in Morgan County is moving towards central Johnson County. So we'll probably at some point see a severe thunderstorm warning, maybe here across central and northern Johnson County. And with that said, what we're going to do, make sure you're following us on our platform, YouTube, X, Facebook, whatever you're watching from right now. Make sure you're following us. So when we go live again, you get the notifications. You can see we do have more storms moving in. What we're going to do is take a quick break because the tornado watch is for all of eastern Indiana. These storms we're not out of the woods. And they could go tornado warned pretty much at any time, in my opinion. They're just kind of teetering that line right now, Brett.
Yeah, I think it's a good representation. One last note before we go that, with these types of events, there's a very I don't know what I did there. A very small margin of error.
Yeah.
If one little ingredient is missing, you can get these situations where things are just teetering on the edge. There's broad rotation. Storms are severe, but they're not rotating quite enough. You're getting wall clouds. It's just tells you what a fine line there is. The atmosphere is certainly there. We're probably just missing one little piece, and I'm guessing it's just that low level wind shear a little bit. So we're right on the edge. If that picks up at all, then we'll have to certainly come back on and keep an eye on things.
Yep, that's a great point. And I think I can maybe speak for everyone watching. We're thankful that so far it hasn't been tornadoes ripping across the state. I don't think anyone wants that.
Nope.
Strong thunderstorm going through northern Morgan County right now, and a strong thunderstorm up there in northeast Indiana where that tornado warning is persisting. So we will come back as needed, if needed. And thank you all for watching and tracking the storms with us, and we'll chat with you here soon.